orthomarketing.com. 360-degree digital marketing solutions for your practice.
Well, hello, everybody in podcast land. This is Dean Steinman, President of Ortho Marketing, and we are back with another podcast for you. I hope everybody is healthy and happy towards the end of October 2020, and I'm very, very happy to have with me Ashley from our office today. Ashley, how are you this fine day? Miss Ashley Randalls, how's everything?
Hi, Dean. I'm great. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. Ashley is one of our senior social media marketers and advertising experts here, and we're going to talk a little bit about new trends for you to know that are very important and what you need to keep an eye on as far as marketing your business and practice. So, we'll talk about right now. Let's say 3 different marketing trends that you should know about. So first, in August, Facebook put out a report about the different trends that are shaping the future right now. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the report and what they went into, and then we'll talk about the 3 different trends that they should know about.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much just going to talk about this report that Facebook put out. It goes over the effects that this new normal has had on the way consumers live, work, and shop. They put this report together along with third-party researchers in order to help anyone who's in marketing right now to identify what types of trends emerging during this time are here to stay. Specifically for orthodontic practices, there are 2 of these trends that I think are important to pay attention to.
Okay, so first off, what specific trends can affect the way orthodontists markets their practice moving forward for the next several months? What
Yes.
is first and foremost?
Yeah, so the first emerging trend that is important to recognize is safer shopping. In the US alone, 71% of people say safety is key when deciding where to shop. So, for orthodontic practices specifically, there are obviously times where a patient will need to go into the office. So, it's important to have easily accessible information on your website or social media explaining your protocols and safety procedures. It's also important, if possible, to limit the number of times a patient will need to go to the office with virtual visits, no contact pickup for trays, etc., things like that.
Yeah, we found that virtual orthodontics, virtual consults have been a boom for many of our practices. For example, we have one practice in the last 4 months. He had over 400 virtual consults
Mhm.
done on the website without people coming in. This is the new trend, guys. People want to do get the smile they want. They want to go to the office on their terms, and that's kind of what this is all about there. Now, as far as number 2 trend. How long is Facebook, see this first trend lasting? Is this something that they see as in ink, or is this temporary? What are they seeing?
Yeah, they think it's going to last. According to their research, 40% of people surveyed globally plan to keep shopping online even after the pandemic is over.
This podcast is brought to you by Presentation Multimedia. Presentation Multimedia is a full-service digital marketing agency providing website design, social media management, search engine optimization, digital advertising, and more. For more information, visit presentationmultimedia.com.
We're starting new trends for people, guys. We're starting new habits, and it's important to adapt. And I've mentioned this many other times. You have to adapt or die when it comes to new business,
Mhm.
especially in these new world we're in. So if this is something that people are getting used to, I mean, a lot of people are working from home. They're not going to go back to their office. This is something that they're used to now, and it's the new normal. So if people plan on shopping even more online, good. You need to make sure your website can handle that. And finally, quick last question is, how can orthodontists use social media or Facebook to create a channel for communication with their patients or prospective patients?
Yeah, so this has to do with the second important trend on there, which is connected convenience. With many places temporarily closing down at the beginning of the pandemic, it became important to create a way for consumers to reach business digitally. Half of people globally say being able to message with a business makes them feel more connected to it. In fact, 40% of holiday shoppers globally say that they're more likely to consider purchasing from a business they can message. And specifically for orthodontists, like how can they use this digital communication? They could use Facebook Messenger. It's extremely easy to use the app and you can connect with your patients on there. But the biggest issue I see is just not having a plan on how to respond to the messages. So there are a few options. Facebook has automated response to let patients know, like if it's after hours and they message you, you can have an auto response to say like, we're not in the office right now, to let them know when they can expect a response. But if you want even more animation than that, automation than that, there's messenger bots that will allow patients to ask questions like prices, holiday hours, or request to speak to a member of the
Right.
staff.
Mm-hmm.
So those are two great options than like having somebody constantly looking at your Facebook messages. You are able to automate to like have people feel like they're connected with your business.
But it's incredible to be able to have this type of technology at your fingertips. And guys, you have to adapt your practice to this, because if you don't do it, somebody else in your backyard will. And anybody that presents themselves offering the newest technologies, the newest platform is making it easier for the patients to communicate and to get the smile they want, is going to win. It's, right now there's only a finite amount of people out there that are looking for your services. Why should they come to you? What makes you different? So you have to adapt. You have to be able to use the newest technologies, the newest platforms, the newest trends to make your practice the number one practice in the market, and to put yourself up top. And luckily, for us with the marketing, I have some people like Ashley here who are on top of this stuff and know what you need to do and what you need to position the practice as in order to become number one and dominant in the market. With that said, if somebody wants more information about this study, what's the best way for them to do so?
There's a lot more information in the study from Facebook and the researchers. So we will put the link to the article in the description of the podcast for anyone who wants to read more.
Great. Awesome. Thanks so much. Ashley Reynolds, thank you so much for this bit of information. Everybody out there in podcast land, hopefully you learned something new today. Keep listening to more of our great podcasts, and we'll keep you smiling. So once again, this is Dean Steinman from Ortho Marketing. Happy marketing, happy smiles. Be safe. Bye-bye.
Orthomarketing.com. 360-degree digital marketing solutions for your practice.